Hello and welcome to this video, StorageOS StorageClasses, Tiering and Features, with myself, James Spurrin, Product Evangelist for StorageOS. This video follows on from the video Installation and Setup. As part of the installation process, we covered in the setup video StorageOS StorageClasses, where StorageOS sets up the default storage class known as Fast. In this video, we're going to look at how we can create custom storage classes to expose different tiers and functionality. We're going to create 4 different storage classes. The first will target developers, and we'll call this development. This will be for use where a developer wants to have persistent storage and the ability for that storage to be highly available. Therefore, if a pod is removed, their data will remain intact. Next is production, where we have the same characteristics, but this time we have 2 replicas. We're using a free node cluster in this example, so we'll have our primary source of data on one node and replica 1 and 2 on the other nodes. We'll then have a tier we refer to as top secret, where this again will have 2 replicas, but will also include data encryption at rest. Finally, we're going to create a tier that we'll refer to as archive, where we will enable data compression and ensure that there is a single replica. All of the resources we've used here are available at the following URL. I very much hope that you try StorageOS, and in the same way I'm showing in this video, you can use these resources yourself on your own Kubernetes or OpenShift cluster. Let's take a look at the storage classes. Currently, we have the default StorageOS storage class of Fast. For demonstration purposes, we'll be leaving this as is, but if you wish, you can delete this and create your own as per what we're going to be doing in this example. Let's create the development tier, which technically is exactly the same as Fast. You'll get highly persistent storage with this, but without features like replication. Next, the production storage class. The difference in this example is the line for replicas, where we have 2. This gives us our primary source and 2 replicas. So on a free node cluster like we have here, we will have a copy of the data on every node. Top secret takes this even further, and in this example, we have the additional parameter there for storageos.com/encryption set to true. Any volumes created with this storage class will automatically have encryption enabled. Lastly, we create our archive storage class, and this has the combination of replicas set to 1, so that we always have an additional copy of the data, so we have the primary and the replica. And we are actually overriding the no compress value. So by default, compression is not enabled within the storage class. And what we're actually doing is we're overriding that to enable compression. We now have 5 storage classes. We have the default of Fast, and in addition, we have archive, development, production, and top secret. We're now going to create a persistent volume claim and a persistent volume for each of the storage classes. As mentioned in the installation video, we only need to create the persistent volume claim, and the persistent volume will be created automatically. This example has looped through the various different storage classes that we've got, so development, production, top secret, and archive, and it's created a persistent volume claim and a persistent volume for each of those. If we take a look at the persistent volume claims and the persistent volumes, these persistent volume claims and their corresponding persistent volumes are ready for consumption. Let's take a look in the StorageOS UI at how these appear. We're going to use the kubectl port forwarding to access the UI locally. In our browser, we browse to localhost:5705 And we're going to log in here with the username of StorageOS and the password of StorageOS as per the setup in the installation video. And we can see there that we've got the 4 volumes that we've actually created. You can see from the top there, top secret, archive, production, and development. And replication target there actually shows the number of replicas. We can also see on this where we have the likes of encryption enabled, and we also have the compression enabled. You can also see there which Kubernetes node has been designated as the master node, and if you were to actually click into these, you can get more information such as replicas. So in this example, this is our top secret PVC, and you can actually see there that the master node is StorageOS K8S2, replica 1 is on StorageOS K8S3, and if we click on replica 2, you can actually see that this is on StorageOS K8S1. So now you can use these persistent volumes as you would expect in Kubernetes with the features and tiering that you or your organization requires. Okay, so that's all. Thanks for your time watching this, and as a next step, please take a look at the rest of our tutorials and use cases. If you're wishing to pursue the use of StorageOS further, you can reach out to myself or our team, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.